last time we saw a wonderful performance from Iris, like 10 out of 10, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. All that goodness Iris performed. She shot an arrow of love and life into our hearts, and we appreciate every moment this wonderful girl is alive. Please don't die. P.S. Can I get your autograph? Anyway, we're gonna hit this map up, Alpha Troupe. We have 2 more places to go. I am excited because now we're going to the scene of the crime that didn't happen. Let's find out more, shall we? Monday. Cold storage warehouse. So many bad memories here.
I saw it. I'm sure.
And it's cold in here.
Your corpse, Iris. Right here.
But I'm here now.
Oh no. Oh no. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait 1 hot second. I just thought of something. I paused for so much dramatic effect because I'm thinking, what if this Iris is just a dream? What if he's a manifestation of our own mind? What if, and this is me taking a bold step here, love is keeping her alive in our minds, in our memories, in our hearts? This time we're spending with her is meaningless. Whatever, man. That's just me trying to contrive what Date saw into some super strong, heartfelt plot. It could be just simply Date is crazy, right? Maybe he didn't see her body. He just saw the Somnium. And it could be a sign that he is either losing his mind. He does this for, going into people's minds for years now, right? Who's to know that there isn't a lingering side effect? That maybe Date is seeing all the Somniums in the real world now. Possibility. Remember, she was frozen the same exact way as we saw in the Somnium. Okay, enough theory craft there, right? She's here now, like she just said, and that's what matters.
Maybe I'm a ghost.
Ooh.
You don't look like a floating sheet. You have legs.
But maybe they're not legs. Maybe they're my boobs.
Should have added a little bit more O's to make that funny. I tried to picture Iris's breast swinging down there like that. Didn't do much. And then I decided not to.
Didn't you say that you saved me in your dream?
Yes, I did.
What did you mean by that?
So I have this girl who's not a girl, but she's reading an AI program in my eye named Iba. She turned huge and kicked the purpley shadow man into the ocean, thereby saving you.
I told you that I'm with an organization called Abyss, right?
Yeah, you told me 2 days ago.
No need to get hung up on specifics.
We find clues in the minds of suspects and witnesses. We enter what we call a Somnium, a dream world projected by their subconscious. That's what the entire organization is about.
How do you even do that?
We have a machine that we call the Sync Machine.
What is that?
It's a sync machine.
That's not an explanation. Tell me how it works.
No.
Well,
Science.
I can explain, but it will require a bit of background to understand.
Background?
Background knowledge. You might need to have a degree in biochemistry, engineering, psychology.
So my corpse was on here?
So your corpse was on here. Yes, yes. Right there. You getting this, Iris?
Yeah.
It's a workbench. There's nothing on it now. Wait a minute. There was something else beyond. Yeah, right here. Switchboard. The switchboard installed in the back of the warehouse.
Hey, get out of my house!
Oh, ha, ha.
What the hell?
I'm sounding like a middle-aged old man.
I'm a poltergeist inside the circuit board.
What?
You said I was a ghost, right? Maybe I'm haunting the warehouse with spooky astral projections.
What are you talking about, Iris?
The switchboard installed in the back of the warehouse. Not haunted. Forklift. I don't see anything special about it. Another forklift. Tires of the forklift and the ground they're on are clearly frozen. I just want to look up to the crane. A hook is hanging from the ceiling crane. Nothing? An ice cutting machine. There isn't a lot here. One more. There's a cardboard box on the floor.
That caramel over there looks so good!
Caramel, but...
Yeah, you're right. But if I tried to eat it in one bite, I'd break my jaw.
Yeah, we can't have that.
What are you talking about, Date?
That's a jawbreaker. Caramel is not a jawbreaker, you jerk.
That's a cardboard box.
Oh, okay, we're not gonna play along here? You're not my comedic buddy here?
You started... Never mind.
Whose line is it anyway? There's a cardboard box on the floor. Caramel. A wooden box on the shelf.
Pew pew!
Robot missile noises.
What the hell?
If Kibo were here, you'll call that robophobic. That's messed up, Iris. I'm gonna report you to the proper authorities.
The box made me think of, like, a giant robot.
Robophobic, that's it. That's it.
A what?
You know, from kaiju movies?
Like what kaiju movie?
Again, what?
A wooden box on the shelf. Alright, Iris. Okay.
I've heard of it. The blood-brain barrier, right?
Yeah.
Inside the skull, there's an army of little teeny-tiny soldiers that surround the brain.
I watched Osmosis Jones. So I know a little bit about the body. Cells at work, yeah, I know a little bit more about the body now.
They protect the brain from bad stuff in the blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's almost it, yeah.
The blood-brain barrier describes the architecture of the microvessels of the brain. It is a kind of shield that protects the brain. To get through, an object must be no larger than 0.4 nanometers. Objects too large to slip through the barrier cannot physically access the brain.
Nanotech? Yeah!
You know, nanokumas.
Technology related to really small things. Like really teeny tiny things. And when they make a machine, they're called nanomachines. I heard they use them a lot for medical and tech fields. Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said.
Robophobic. That's 3. I have you on 3 counts of robophobia.
Well, I don't know if it was like beep, beep or rrr. But anyway, nanotechnology costs tons of money. Only a few people can even afford it.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
My college professor said only the richest of the rich have nanotechnology. But he's pretty liberal, so...
Is your grandfather Bernie Sanders?
Largely accurate. Nano is a prefix meaning 10 to the negative 9th power. A nanometer is therefore 0.0000000001 meters. The sync machine uses machines approximately 2.16 nanometers long. Viruses are on average 20 to 970 nanometers, so sync nanomachines are far smaller than that. This allows them to access neural circuitry. During a sync, the nanomachines are used to write in the syncer's data.
Okay. Are you a nanomachine in some capacity, Aiba? I know you're not that size right now, but can you be? Is there a nano version of you running around? Whoa, a Wadjet system.
I guess not.
No, I know what it is.
Why?
It's the core programming behind AI, right?
Oh, okay.
That's right. What's wrong?
What?
You're shivering.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
To borrow Pewter's explanation, with the advent of the Wadjet system, we can extract the data of the human psyche. This data is sent to the brain, which achieves the sync.
Okay, you have the basics down. Let me explain how syncing works. Syncers like me equip the sync gear and use it to access the subject's brain. Inside the helmet are nanocables. And on the tip of each of these cables is a special nanomachine. But the machine can't reach the brain through blood alone. Do you know why?
The BBB soldiers say go away and push them back?
That's close enough.
Well, yeah, kind of. But for the sync to work, we have to get the nanomachines into the brain itself. How do we do that?
Remember, you'll be my assistant one day, and take up after my work.
Drill a hole in the skull?
Ouch, no.
No.
In Shovel Forge, you can use a pickaxe and.
Okay. Minecraft. Ah, I see.
No, it has nothing to do with tools. We don't have to open a hole. Skulls already have holes in them. One of those holes is the optic canal, which is a nerve canal located behind the eyes.
Ugh.
The nanocables of the sync gear go through your eyes, then go to the back of your eye socket, then through the optic canal to the sea.
The sea?
The sea of brain cells, anyway.
That sounds kind of romantic.
It's only a chunk of protein.
Aiba, that doesn't sound romantic.
Once the nanocables arrive at their destination, they can begin the sync process. They slide into the brain like roots of a tree. And on the tip of each cable, the nanomachine sends and receives data. This is controlled by the Wadjet system. And that's how the syncer and the subject exchange information.
Science. Aiba? Are you okay with me sharing this information to essentially an outsider, someone not with Abyss? Just saying. I mean, I am kind of giving her all the science about this, right? And I don't know if this information can be used against us. Well, at least if I don't tell her about Aiba, we should be fine, right?
Exchange?
Think of it this way. The human brain has a max capacity of one psyche, one consciousness.
Multiple instances of consciousness inside one brain can cause a total collapse of higher brain functions.
You know, if I'm taking notes right now, that is something right there I want to know. Is there someone who has, I'm just going to read it straight up, multiple instances of consciousness inside their brain that caused a total collapse of their higher brain function? Is there someone who has experienced that moment of multiple consciousness going off and their brain just collapsing? I'm curious now about that.
You know how a car only has one steering wheel? If there were two, there would be accidents all over the place.
Well, don't some planes have two control sticks?
I used a car analogy. Come on, Iris. Don't bring planes into this. She brought planes into this.
Okay, maybe it wasn't the best metaphor. What I'm trying to say is that the human body can only hold one person. If you try to have two people inside one brain, it will break.
Again, if I'm taking notes for a test, and I'm just gonna circle something, here it is. Is there a case of someone with multiple people inside their brain? Is someone's brain broken? If so, how does that person function? Or do they function at all? The answer to this question right here is gonna blow my mind, and I'm looking forward to it now.
I see.
Because of this, the syncer's data goes inside the subject's brain. And the only thing inside the subject's mind at the time of the sync are their memories. Like a house with no one inside. We syncers break into the house, look for clues, and leave.
You make it sound like you're robbing something. You make it sound like it's a devious act. You should mention the part that you're doing it to criminals and other people who may need your help. Because you did it on Mizuki. Did you break into her house, look for clues, and just bounced? I mean, you try to heal her trauma.
All within 6 minutes.
There's a time limit?
Yes, or else the house will collapse on our heads.
The neural circuits would become too deeply entwined with one another. To put it simply, the sinker would be trapped inside the subject's house.
You know, back to me on the test. I'm gonna circle this. How do we know someone is trapped inside someone's house, inside their mind? Is it possible that I am trapped as we speak in someone's mind? That all the events here is somehow playing out in someone else's head?
Thank you for explaining it. I don't completely understand how sync works, but still.
Just don't tell anyone. This is extremely confidential.
Well, if our past history with Iris has come to any light, she's gonna ask us for something in return for keeping this confidential.
It's okay, I won't.
Okay, cool.
Date, tell me this.
Hmm?
Who did you sync with yesterday?
Why do you want to know? Can I have the option to not tell her because I'm afraid if I reveal that information, something might go catastrophically wrong?
Didn't I show you his picture?
Oh my god, we're telling her.
Congressman So Sejima.
Like, I'm just imagining now the Matrix blowing up.
So that's why you know so much about him.
But you've never met him, right?
I haven't, I swear. Hey, Date, you saw my corpse here, right?
I did. I'm sure of it.
And in So's dream, you saved me from getting killed.
Yeah.
And then somehow, I resurrected.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Iris? And that you're not really here right now, but you're a projection. I said a projecting. You're a projection of my innermost thoughts of wanting you to be alive. So therefore, I pulled you out of So's Somnium and into the real world. And really, you are dead. And your time with me is limited.
Date, that means you're... Achoo!
Date, is the cold too much for Iris?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm freezing too. Iris, let's get out of here for now.
Roger that!
Iris is standing there. Alright, the last place, Matsuhita Diner.
I'm so hungry.
Tessa?
Hope you don't mind, Oda.
Why are you here?
I told Date I was hungry, so...
I've always wanted to eat here.
usual, Ota.
I'll have what she's having, Ota.
Yes, right away.
By the way, how's a $5 tip sound, you young whippersnapper, you? Oda flew into the kitchen. Iris watched him go, and I took a seat.
She's in the living room.
Cool.
I think she's watching TV.
How about you? What are you doing here?
I was just doing some meditation, lying on the ground.
I believe that.
He means sleeping.
Date, why are you with Tessa?
You better have her answer that, because you're not gonna believe me.
We are.
Don't lie.
Not Shovel Forge.
On a date.
At least we didn't play Shovel Forge. I heard if you want a girl to go steady with you, you ask her to play Shovel Forge. And if she says yes, you're in. She says yes, and y'all play Shovel Forge together. You understand that that girl is the one for you, and you never, I repeat, never let her go.
Oh, a date.
A date.
Huh. A date?
Yeah. Maybe you heard of it.
I'm on an investigation, and she wouldn't let me go.
Uh-oh. It looks like his brain is broken.
Date, I have some delicious fugu eggs. I promise they're not poisoned. Would you like some?
No thanks. I'm fine.
Yeah. My dad taught me when I was little.
You're making me something too, right?
Sure. My treat, Date. You're still looking for him? Well, like I told you before, I don't know.
You're lucky that story checks out. Oda is cooking in the kitchen, where he belongs. Good Oda. Obedient Oda. Obey my commands. Obey them, I tell you.
Iris, about your coming back to life.
About her what now? He flips out, burns his hands.
Hold it! What do you mean coming back to life?
It's her new rap album, don't worry about it. I decided to tell Ota about Iris's resurrection. He didn't take it too well. He thought I was lying. In fact, he thought that it was a poorly written novel. But I explained to him that Iris did resurrect. I saw her dead. And then, after I saved her life in a dream, she came back to life.
Date jumped into a parallel world where I'm still alive.
Take that literally, and maybe I'm in that world as we speak and not reality.
Tessa died?
Yep. Omelet rice.
Rice omelet, who cares?
Ota's omelet rice is so good it gives me stomach cramps.
Is that a compliment?
You're embarrassing me.
appears to have taken it as a compliment.
Well, he's a little servant boy. So, I mean, you can't fault him for taking something like that as a compliment. Personally, if she says his food is the absolute worst doo-doo trash, he'll be like, oh, great, I'm happy you think that way.
Hey, can you tell me about this parallel world idea in more detail?
You know, I mean, how much detail can matter?
Oh, sure. How should I explain this?
Yeah.
Well, oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors.
It's always games with you, huh, Iris? This better pay off.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yes, Jung Ken Po.
Yeah, if we tie, nothing happens. We just shake hands.
Cool.
If I win, you have to give me something.
Not cool.
What if I win?
I'll do anything.
Anything?
Date.
Anything.
Iris, don't do those hand gestures with that eyebrow raised slightly up.
Date, your heart rate is rapidly increasing.
Aibo, thank you for noticing.
Why exactly is that?
All right, let's do this.
You bet. Okay. I'm going to lose, hopefully on purpose.
Okay, let's go!
Ultra's like, dun dun dun.
1, 2, 3, shoot!
Okay. What should I throw out?
Shoot! Yay, I won!
I took the L on that one, guys. It's for the greater good. The greater good, I tell you.
Oh, no. You see, this looks like scissors, but it's actually paper.
Nah. I'm glad I didn't get that tie either. That would have been whack.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, why did I throw out scissors? Why?
You're really not taking this well.
So I get my prize!
What is it?
I don't have any money.
You liar, Date. You have money.
I don't want money. Instead,
Yeah,
can you pet my head
Okay, fine.
and say Iris is a cutie?
Maybe not that last part.
The cutest person in the whole wide world? A cutie angel?
You're pushing it with the cute stuff. She's pushing it with the cute stuff. I'm the cutie person in the world. I'm your special eye.
fine. Iris is a cutie.
Oh man, my food is so gonna get poisoned.
No, put your heart into it.
Iris is a cutie, the cutest person in the whole wide world. A cutie angel.
I repeated the whole thing while petting Iris on the head, indulging in her egotistical, cute obsession, giving her the adoring, loving touch of a father. I feel kind of warm-hearted at the same time. Oda is traumatized. I would say he does not know what the heck just happened.
We just played rock, paper, scissors, right?
Oh yes, there was a reason behind this game. I wasn't supposed to, just pet your head.
I won and you pet me.
Yes.
But in a different timeline, maybe we tied.
Uh-oh. You're telling me this might be our halfway point?
Or maybe I obeyed your orders and did something really scandalous.
Why scandalous?
Rewind time, do it now!
No, Date, I will not go to the menu, go to the flowchart, redo this scene. Nope, we're gonna stick with this straightforward. Playthrough will be untainted, or unrewind.
I do not have that functionality.
So those timelines are what I'd call a parallel world.
So you think I jumped from a world in which you were dead to this one where you're alive?
Yeah, I kind of thought that too.
That's what I think.
Huh. Parallel world, huh? I can't believe it, but...
Sure you can. Parallel worlds exist. Do you know about the Mandela effect? Or the Booba Kiki effect? Or the 100 million balls? If I explained that, would you believe me?
Why are you so smart?
Sounds really interesting, Tessa. I know some urban legends like that. The spatial temporal man, and the lost friend, and the story of two sisters.
I've heard people talking about it. Mandela. Mandela.
Do you know Nelson Mandela?
Do I know Nelson Mandela? Nah, not really.
Well, yeah. The former president of South Africa. He helped abolish apartheid.
He died in 2013, but a strange thing happened. When the news broke, people all over the world thought, didn't Mandela die in prison in 1980? That's the Mandela effect. It's when your memory and history have discrepancies. There are lots of examples.
Like, Star Wars, Luke doesn't really say the line. No, is it Darth Vader? Like, I'm not... I know there's a famous one in, like, Star Wars, where Darth Vader's like, Luke, I am your father, but he doesn't really say that.
Like the name of this kid's book with the bears having different spellings. Or people remembering that Kennedy was assassinated in a 4-seat car. But in our world, he was in a 6-seat car.
Huh. I thought it was a 4-seater too.
Or that electric mouse from that video game. You probably remember the tip of its tail being black.
Pikachu?
It wasn't?
Nope, it's all yellow.
Lies. I will look up a picture of Pikachu right now.
And the design didn't change.
Oh.
Lines from movies, company logos, historical events, and little things. The Mandela effect is everywhere. Why do you think that is?
Because those memories are from parallel worlds?
That would explain it, I guess.
This world is full of really interesting stuff. But you know the most interesting thing of all?
No, what?
That humans exist at all.
The universe developed in a very particular way to get here. If things were even slightly different, well, the galaxies and solar system and all of that might not have existed at all.
Yeah, I mean, in my brain, I always wondered, right, if the Earth is slightly tilted left or right, you know, the sun might actually kill us, and there will be no life on Earth, you know, and those little details matter, and it's all one big, like, coincidence that it all worked out. You're not special, but, and I mean that in, like, you're all alive thanks to this one coincidence of that the world we share just happened to work out. That's what I mean when I said you're not special. But of course, you know, in terms of your individuality, that makes you special. But what Iris is saying is, we're lucky.
And that means humans would never be born. And even if everything happened exactly like that, the probability of human life developing is extremely low. And yet, here we are. Imagine a box full of ping pong balls, labeled 1 to 100 million.
Is this Schrodinger's cat?
Would you be able to pick out the one?
Probably not.
Not likely.
But what if there were 100 million of you?
Then yes, I would eventually.
Well, then one of us would definitely pick up the one.
Exactly! The birth of humanity is so improbable that it's basically a miracle.
It's kind of like, you know, when sperm is ejaculated, right? And it's a race inside the woman, you know, to become born and fertilized. What if it wasn't like, let's say, egg A that got fertilized inside the woman, right? But egg B? Would I be the same person I am today? Would you be the same person if egg B instead of egg A was fertilized and, you know, your mother gave birth to that? It's, you know, miracle of life, right? You just don't know. It's like a lottery. Maybe, you know, my hair would be a different color, or my voice would sound different. You never know. Genetics.
But if there were multiple universes,
Then it wouldn't be strange that at least one of them had humans in it.
She is describing the anthropic principle. I may have underestimated her intelligence.
Yeah, this girl is like a Einstein.
Dante, look at this picture.
What picture? Look at this photograph. Ugh.
There's a famous experiment regarding this picture.
I see pink. You can't tell me that I don't see pink.
You show this image to people around the world and ask a question. Which one is Booba and which one is Kiki?
Booba is definitely the pink one, and Kiki is definitely the green, light blue one. Cyan, perhaps.
Believe it or not, 98% of people asked have the same answer. The rounder one is Booba, and the jagged one is Kiki.
Well, I'm not in the 98 percentile. Booba is definitely spiky, and Kiki is definitely the amoeba-looking one? That's a good way to put it. Rounder, I guess. Rounder, they're both not round at all. But jagged, yeah, okay, yeah.
Isn't that weird? In other words, everyone thinks that Booba is a certain way and Kiki is the other.
I have an explanation for that. I think it's in the word pronunciations of both words, right? The word booba usually could be bulbous, right? Your brain would think that. So you think of the rounder one, where Kiki is kind of a sharp sounding word. So you think of something like that image of like multiple points and jagged. So it could be that. That's my theory on it anyway.
It applies universally across languages and cultures. It's like something ingrained inside all humans. Like worshipping the sun and the sea. Or thinking that the mother is soft and the father is jagged.
What? Okay.
Regardless of your culture or background, you probably think this way. It's what Jung called the collective unconscious. There exists a second psychic system of a collective, universal, and impersonal nature, which is identical in all individuals. That's what Jung said about it. Think of it like bamboo. Bamboo stalks look like individual plants since they're separated. But underground, they're all connected. Human psyches might be like that too, connected at a subconscious level.
So you're saying you're connected to me and I'm connected to you? And if that's the case, we're so strongly connected that I am now thinking of you and you came to life despite you being dead.
That's...
The parallel world?
yeah! You saved me in the dream, right?
Correct.
And dreams are all about our subconscious minds.
This is also true.
So if you follow the roots,
You get to another bamboo stalk.
Another iris.
yeah, something like that.
Iris and her 1000 IQ is sitting in front of me. Whew, let's go. But his is gonna be more like ghost stories, right? And not like science?
So, there's this girl. Let's call her B. She's practicing piano in her room. And her little sister is watching TV in the same room. B asks her to turn the TV volume down so she can hear her piano playing, you know? So B goes back to practicing, playing a little bit. But her sister doesn't turn the volume down. She's not listening at all. So B turns around to scold her. She was really gonna let her sister have it. But she's gone. She's nowhere to be seen. She thinks, I wonder where she went. But then B hears her sister at the door. I'm home. B runs to the front door and sees her sister and her parents standing there. So B asks, when did you go outside? But her mom says,
And we were outside all along. Something along those lines?
what are you talking about? She went shopping with me. B is really confused by all of this, of course.
But it's pretty much she thought she heard loud noise.
She asks her little sister about it, and she learns that her favorite TV show was on. And before she went shopping with her mom, she was deciding whether or not she wanted to stay and watch it or not.
So depending on her decision, a parallel world was made.
Yes, one where she watched it and stood, and one where she left. And the other girl was somehow seeing the world where she stood and watched it.
Yeah. What B saw might have been from the world where her sister stayed behind. I know a ton of stories like this. Like being suddenly transported 1 year into the future, and there's a missing persons report out for you. You look down at your phone, but you realize that it's not yours. It's not the one you remember having.
Alpha Troupe, are you even watching this episode right now? Or are you out doing something else?
You look through the contacts, and it's filled with names you don't recognize.
Sounds scary.
There's more, too. Like this town where everyone is Japanese. But they're speaking a completely different language. And all the signs and magazines and stuff have different letters.
That sounds like a pretty good anime.
And it's not like Korea or China.
Like it's some other foreign language?
It's the Japan we know, but the language is different.
That's a prime example of a parallel world.
Yeah, it's sort of like a common experience. A lot of people have experienced waking up in an uninhabited world they've never seen before. And most of them describe seeing the same person. The spatial temporal man. He's supposed to be an ordinary old man wearing work clothes.
You know, here I thought we were going to be talking about Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and other cryptids. Here we go.
The spatial temporal man guides people back to the real world. He tells them, this world is not for you, or something.
I'd like to meet him someday.
Why?
So, this elementary school kid, let's call him C. He goes to school and there's a bunch of things on the floor.
Can we describe the things?
Postcards, towels, a coffee cup, rice bowls, a sink, lots of stuff.
Okay, none of these stuff have any real relevance.
But C realized that those were all things from his own house.
How did they get to the classroom?
No one knows. It's not like anyone did it on purpose or there was a thief or anything.
Maybe something happened that made two parallel worlds fuse.
Yeah, maybe. There's this kid, A. He's in elementary school. Well, A had this close friend named Suzuki. One day, after school, they're walking home together. A turns around to tell Suzuki a joke.
Okay, right there. Why would A ever tell Suzuki a joke?
And Suzuki is laughing his butt off.
But he hasn't told the joke. What is the joke? But he never tells him the joke. And Suzuki just laughs? Is that where you're going with this?
And he's laughing and laughing, and he laughs so hard that his eyes fall out of their sockets.
Okay, well, maybe we should never ever laugh that way.
What?
Well, they were hanging down out of his eye sockets.
Doesn't make it any less gross.
The nerves were still connected, but
Ew.
A is of course in shock and doesn't know what to do.
Especially because that joke wasn't even that funny.
Suzuki just takes his eyeballs and jams them back into his eye sockets and keeps walking like nothing happened. So A asks him about it. Like, hey, are you okay? Your eyes fell out. A is really concerned for his friend, you know?
Sure, I mean, I'll call a doctor.
But Suzuki just says, yeah, I'm fine. He doesn't say anything about it. And by now, A is really curious, but he's not getting any answers, so they just part ways and go home. The story only gets weirder from here.
Because A never told the joke, right? Is that like the twist?
The next day, A goes to school, and Suzuki's not there. A is confused and asks his teacher about it. Hey, where's Suzuki today? And the teacher says, Suzuki? Who's that? There's no Suzuki in this class. A says, what are you talking about? And he goes and asks all of his classmates about Suzuki. They all say the same thing. I don't know him. There's no Suzuki in this class.
You mean to tell me there was never someone whose eyes popped out?
So that kid must have jumped into a parallel world without Suzuki.
Or Suzuki jumped into his world and then jumped back out.
That's what I think.
Couldn't Suzuki just be an imaginary friend or something?
No, A was really serious about remembering Suzuki.
It is weird. And there's no way you can pop your eyeballs back in like that.
Well, not necessarily. There's such a thing as a dislocated eye.
I mean, Aiba pops out of my eye all the time.
It actually isn't too hard to put your eye back in if it falls out.
Ota is correct. Dislocated eyes are easy to replace in their sockets. As long as none of the nerves or blood vessels were damaged, there are usually no lasting negative effects either.
But that doesn't prove this Suzuki exists.
Well, I guess not, but
When did you two get so knowledgeable?
Oh, I don't know.
Wikipedia is the greatest thing in the world.
Tessa is always writing about this stuff on the internet. That's why I decided to research it too. That's how I learned all this stuff.
Slave. You just follow everything she does.
Oh, hey. I know about conspiracies and secret societies too. I find that stuff fascinating.
Illuminati.
If you want, we could talk about those.
Maybe next time. Now where's that omelet rice?
Yeah, you know, the whole reason we came here.
Done!
Camera pan. Oh, okay, no. Oda brought the dish over. He laid out an omelet rice in front of me and Iris. Iris grabbed her spoon with a huge smile on her face.
Bon appetit!
Oui. She picked up a spoonful. No, actually she tried to pick up a spoonful, Well, Alpha Troop, we're gonna figure out what happened just now in the next episode. Iris looks sad, dejected even. Perhaps, her time in this parallel world is up? I don't know. But, thank you guys for watching. I know you guys are in reality, in my reality, every day. Because you guys watch my videos, you like, you comment, you subscribe, and give me all the support. That makes you a part of my reality, in my world. You guys are awesome, and you guys make everything possible for me to just feel like doing this is fun. So thank you very much, guys, for taking part in this Let's Play, and we're going to continue it next time. I'll see you later, and enjoy everything, okay? Peace.